at the ship owner, geopolitics, all these interesting things. Opportunity, crisis, everyday business, something different?
Generally speaking, we've seen in the past that these geopolitical problems in the medium to long term have proved to be a good thing. There's been always some disruption in the beginning, but in the long term there's been good results. In today's particular case, we have three, as you said, as most speakers said, three bad things happening at the same time. You have one, these geopolitical things. The Middle East has the problems we know, Russia has the problems we know. Two, we have the order book on the dry side, which unfortunately it cannot stop growing. I mean, we saw even on Monday seeing reports for 10 Newcastle Maxes and 10 Cancer Maxes and I don't know what, which already the order book is already too big, and now we see all these new ships on top of the huge order book being ordered, which is very bad news, probably even more bad news than the geopolitical problems, at least from my point of view. On top of that, you have the new regulations, which not only cost a lot of money, but they come at a very bad time. And on top of that, they're not clear also. So, I don't know if I agree 100% with Mr. Garzov who said that why are we doing this business, but in some days we think that, yes, why are we there in this business?
Mr. Vafias, your wealth of experience.
Geopolitics influences us, whether we like it or not. Shipping has always been demand-led. Unfortunately, the demand today is what it is, with the disastrous results we've seen in the last few years, preceded by the incredible boom that most people hadn't anticipated from 2003 onwards. Personally, I'm reminded of my grandmother who had sailed at sea for 8 years, and she learned from her husband a saying of those days, which was that 98 ships and 101 cargoes equals boom, 101 cargoes and 98 ships equals bust. Personally, and maybe as an old-timer, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that on Mr. Athens' excellent last slide, which showed the pictures of a few international characters who influenced disproportionately geopolitics, I think there was one country not represented, which has an equally disproportionate voice, silent, but a very strong voice in how the Middle East develops. I think that the time has long gone by when the forces that influence the area need to sit down and constructively resolve matters. It can't go on. If it does go on, I think that a new, larger war will happen. Of course, wars have traditionally been useful for shipping, but that's not the way that I would like to see shipping. But I'm cautiously optimistic, despite what I'm saying, because the sea gets sick, but never dies, as the Greeks say.
Philip, do you share the underlying optimism that Mr. Vafias has?
Well, I think we'll turn to that when I have my session, because I think I was very interested by what George said, and I hope I can offer a little compliment which might sort of half explain all the things that he pointed out and which are going one against the other. So from a shipping point of view, well, I'm always optimistic because shipping is a business where something that we don't expect happens. Now, will it happen soon? That I really don't know. I mean, I'm not very optimistic for the present. But in the future, I'm sure something will happen. Malthusian economics have proven wrong in history. So, we'll